We are going to pause our Ukraine coverage for the day now. Here's a list of the day's main developments. A Ukrainian drone attack hundreds of miles inside Russia's border has caused a fire at a major oil refinery. Ukraine's air defenses downed 9 of 14 Russian drones in an overnight attack that hit energy infrastructure in the city of Kyiv, the Air Force and regional officials said on Saturday morning. The Reuters news agency reports that Kyiv has informed the White House of Zelensky's intention to sack the head of Ukraine's military. Poland's President Duda has rowed back from a statement he made yesterday in which he cast doubt over Ukraine's ability to retake Crimea. Not everyone can afford to pay for the news right now. That is why we choose to keep our journalism open to everyone. If this is you, please continue to read for free. But if you can, then there are 3 good reasons to choose to support us today. 1. Our quality. Investigative journalism is a scrutinizing force at a time when the rich and powerful are getting away with more and more. 2. We are independent and have no billionaire owner controlling what we do, so your money directly powers our reporting. 3. It doesn't cost much, and takes less time than it took to read this message. Reuters has a small update on the drone attack on the oil refinery inside Russia. It says it has been told by a Ukrainian source that 2 drones hit the site in Volgograd, and that the attack was orchestrated by Ukraine's SBU security service. Duda's comments on Crimea, reported in the previous post, have drawn criticism. The Ukrainian ambassador to Poland, Vasyl Svarych, wrote on X on Saturday. Crimea is Ukraine. It is and will remain so. The occupation of Crimea is our shared task and obligation with the free world. Duda's remarks were criticized by lawmakers from Poland's ruling pro-European coalition, who are in a different political camp to the president. The president is an ally of the Nationalist Law and Justice (PiS) party, which lost power in December after failing to build a coalition following the loss of its majority in an October election. Roman Giertych, a lawmaker from the largest grouping in the government, Civic Coalition, CO., wrote on X. I would like to remind Mr. Duda that there are cities in our country that in their history belonged to Poland for a shorter time than to another country. What an incredibly stupid statement. Poland's president has said he is unsure if Ukraine will be able to regain control over Russian-occupied Crimea, but believes it could retake Donetsk and Luhansk. Warsaw has been one of Kyiv's staunchest supporters since Russia's invasion in 2022 and has said Ukraine must regain control over all of its territory in order to deter Moscow from further aggression. President Andrzej Duda reiterated this position during an interview on the YouTube channel Kanal Zero late on Friday. However, when asked if he believed Ukraine would really be able to retake Crimea, he said, "It is hard for me to answer that question. I don't know if Ukraine will regain Crimea, but I believe it will regain Donetsk and Luhansk." He said the Crimean Peninsula, which Russia seized in 2014, 8 years before launching its full-scale invasion, is a special place, also for historical reasons. Because in fact, if we look historically, it was in Russia's hands for most of the time. Parts of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions in eastern Ukraine were also taken by Moscow-backed forces in 2014 and have been embattled during the course of the current war, unlike Crimea. Ukraine has vowed to recover every inch of its territory, including Crimea, in the war with Russia. Volgograd's governor has now confirmed that a fire erupted at a major Russian oil refinery in the southwestern region overnight after a drone attack blamed on Ukraine. Ukraine has launched drone attacks on Russia for months after Moscow's almost 2-year offensive. Governor Andrei Bocharov said on Telegram, "Last night, the air defense and electronic jamming repelled an attack by drones in the Volgograd region, Kalachyovsky and Zaporozhye districts." A fire started at the Volgograd refinery after one of the downed drones fell. He added that the fire service had already brought the blaze under control by the start of the morning. Industry giant Lukoil, which operates the refinery, says on its website it is the biggest producer of oil products in the federal South District, which covers 8 regions of southwest Russia. The plant is located south of the city of Volgograd. Local media V1 published photos it said showed an overnight explosion during the attack. A local resident told V1 they heard 2 explosions.
Поворот. Там вверх.